Souls collectors, and welcome to another Boss Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a quick overview look at the latest wave of vintage collection figures. This is the wave that includes, as you can see, Dengar, Ponda Baba, Carson Teva, Asajj Ventress and Agent Kallus, or Alexsandr Kallus as it says on the name pill. Now apparently, according to Star Action Figures' website, this is wave 60, and I believe wave 59 is the wave with the Moff Gideon Dark Trooper, which I believe is starting to turn up in places like Australia. If you are wondering, I did import these, so these aren't available in the UK as of yet, and to be honest, I'm not too sure when they will be available, but I'm pretty lucky to have these in hand. I want to thank my buddy Jeff for the assist in being able to pick these up, and we're just going to be taking a look at the card backs and the figures in the bubbles, and then I will be doing individual reviews as always for all of these figures, probably starting off with Ventress. I'm kind of going towards that one, but let me know in the comment section below which figure you would like me to review first. But there is a little bit to talk about in this video in terms of the card backs and the numberings and things like that. So if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new, and we'll clear the desk and take a look at them in a little bit more detail. Alright then, so we are going to be taking a look at these in number order, and of course the very first vintage collection figure was VC01, which is Dengar, and we will take a look at the figure in the bubble and the card back in a second, but I just want to take a look at the back with that numbering because they've got this one as VC01A. Now, they kind of sort of explained what they're going to be doing with the numbering now with reissues and things like that. And when it's a straight reissue, nothing done to the figure in terms of new tooling or new parts or anything like that, I believe they put an A on the end of the number. And we'll take a look because they've contradicted themselves in the same wave. We'll look at Ponda Baba in a second. So for my mind, this figure has had nothing done to it whatsoever apart from the deco being ever so slightly different, and maybe this one's actually missing some deco compared to the original. And when I do a review, we will be doing a full comparison of both of them. Of course, as always, this one's got a green name pill and green behind the figure, whereas I think the previous one had blue, and they've used a different image as well, like a slightly closer up image of him. But they've said VC01A on there, even though nothing has really changed in terms of the figure. They haven't updated it at all. They've just literally repacked it with a slightly different sort of deco, or as I said, completely missing deco, but we'll get into that. Let's move on to Ponda Baba. Once again, different card back, variant card back, as you can see, and this card back's really grown on me, I must admit. There he is, Ponda Baba, Walrus Man. Some people call him Bumface, as you can see there, but I really do like that image of him there. It looks great. He's, you know, right up at the sort of bar of the cantina. And again, this one has ever so slightly different deco. They've sort of made the head a little bit more realistic. I think the previous version was, you know, all black. This one's got more of a sort of dark green to it. Again, supposedly it's, you know, more accurate to the source material. And again, of course, I will be doing a full comparison when I review this one. But this one, look, VC70. So they didn't give this one the A designation on the end. So contradicted themselves in one wave of figures right there. But they have moved the warning sign down on this one, which is good, because then it doesn't obstruct that logo up at the top. So if you're into your card backs, and more specifically, you know, the Star Wars Chase, A New Hope card backs, then, you know, that does look a lot better indeed. It really does. All right then, so next up we've got VC363. This is Carson Teva from The Mandalorian, and this one I believe is an all new figure except for the helmet, which is, you know, the same mold that they use for Luke Skywalker and Lieutenant Callahan, things like that. It's just a slightly different deco on there. There he is in his brown jacket, which doesn't really match the, you know, image on the card back, but maybe we'll get another one in the future where it's just him in his flight suit. When I do review this figure, I will see if the figure fits into the cockpit of one of our X-Wings, because if it does, we are going to want that figure that matches that card back, really. But that's Carson Teva. Head sculpt looks great. Back of the card, VC363 there in the line. So yeah, looking forward to that one most definitely. Next up is VC364, Asajj Ventress from the Clone Wars, and wow, does she look good. Paint applications on the head there look fantastic. Again, we'll be able to get deeper into that in the, you know, single review that I do. But the card back for that one looks absolutely fantastic, does it not? Wow, what a great image of her there. Back of the card, VC364. I believe there is some reuse with this figure. Maybe it's the legs, but again, we'll get into all of that in the review. But man, look at that red name pill. She pops there in the bubble, does she not? Fantastic. I'm really moving towards wanting to review this one first, but let me know in the comments which one you want to see first. Alright, so finally we have Alexsandr Kallus, or Agent Kallus from Star Wars Rebels, and once again that one looks a really good one in the bubble there. Nice image on the card back. He is VC365 in the line. There he is with the helmet on. And of course, you know, we're getting quite a few Rebels characters now, especially the main Ghost crew. And, you know, you need the bad guy. You need the bad guy to go with them, someone for them to fight in our displays. And he looks fantastic. Absolutely love those 70s sideburns, the big lamb chops on the side of his face. But again, we will get into this in more detail when I do the single reviews. But that is Alexsandr Kallus, VC365. So there you go then, guys. There they all are, once again, all lined up. The latest wave of Vintage Collection figures. And I believe this wave, as I said, is wave 60. And the wave with the Moff Gideon Dark Trooper is actually wave 59. So this wave really should be coming out after that wave. And I do not have that wave yet. So hopefully I will do soon. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And to my Patreon supporters and channel members, of course, the reviews for these will be coming early to you guys, and then they'll be released on the channel later on down the week. So thank you so much for watching, thanks for the support, and we shall see you on the next one.